Hi, it's Felicity, and in today's Language and Communications Mastery Insight, I want to talk to you about enunciation, articulation. The majority of us actually do something called eliding our words, and an elision or eliding is when two words kind of merge. It's a natural phenomenon. It happens because our brain wants to be the most efficient that it can be. And it uses our vocal processes to start forming the word, and it knows what word's coming next. So rather than having to go to the trouble of ending it and then starting again, what it actually does is it takes us partway towards the end and jumps straight into the new word. Now, that's a problem because it's causing confusion sometimes in the person that you're communicating with. They're not always able to understand exactly what you're saying. It may be at its most extreme that people consider that you might mumble, or they might mishear or misinterpret what you're talking about. A lot of our work together with this mastery insight is around being very deliberate in our communication. And when you've taken the trouble to craft a message, and you've taken the trouble to present otherwise in terms of your body physiology, in terms of tone and tempo, perhaps, what you don't want to do is let it down at the very last minute by not owning and enunciating each and every word. Now, there are people, actors and actresses, who are famed for their absolutely perfect diction and enunciation. Joanna Lumley, I heard her on the television being interviewed last night, and she really is the creme de la creme and an example of someone who takes the time to form each and every word with deliberation and perfection. It may be that you don't want to be quite that clipped, but my invitation to you would be to consider the endings of the words. It's a nice shortcut. If you tell your brain that it's important to you to make that sound, your brain will absolutely do it, and you will then click into the next word without any elision. So core sounds that you might want to focus in on really owning and grounding. You've got plosives. Plosives are words where your lips form a microscopic seal and then release. And the air release is called a plosion. And those are words like b and p, t and d. And we have voiced and unvoiced, but I can cover those in a future session. Also S, the sound at the end of a word. Don't allow your brain to jump straight into the next word. Own what you're saying and really let that sit. Now, there are numerous studies that show that articulating words properly but fully, I think we would be fair to describe it. Articulating words really fully change people's perception of you and what you have to say very positively. So there's been a lot of perception analysis done, and I've been doing some work on this area myself. And my findings are showing that from a business setting, if you end your words and articulate fully and actively avoid eliding what you're saying, you will be seen to be more considered, more prepared, more professional, more confident, and more intelligent. And I find that phenomenal. One very small change to what you're saying and how you're saying it can have a very significant impact on how you and your message are perceived. So I'm going to leave that there and leave that with you. Let me know how that lands. Let me know if you sometimes find yourself speaking so quickly or speaking in a you'll know you're doing this because you'll be speaking in a very smooth way without the natural ups and downs and nuances of communication. Do check out #ZenComsMaster for more insights, and I will speak to you soon. Thanks.